Here to another episode of TD Takes Podcast, y'all. How we doing, big fella? How we doing?
Doing great, bro. How you been? What's new? How's the fam bam?
Doing good over here. Sun's getting too big too fast. Got a nice 3-day weekend for Labor Day. Gonna figure out something to make today. We're
Labor
gonna go
Day
to
got
the.
some 3-piece weekend. Got some great deals on NFL Shop.
Oh yeah, check it out.
Let's
Check
go.
out the NFL Shop. They got a nice little discount going on some stuff right now. But yeah, I might try and grill something up, smoke something up later. You'll be seeing it on the FaceTime. You know,
Okay,
I'll be going to the store here in a little bit.
okay.
Yeah, outside of that, man, how you doing? How's the fam bam over there?
Good, bro. Been busy. Girls turned 5 yesterday. Been super busy. I got family in town for the next 6-7 days.
Yeah.
About to start a new
Party was
job in
good.
those days. Just been busy. Getting to it. So, son's growing, and
Had his
yeah,
last day with Best Buy.
had my last day with Best Buy. Girls start their daycare. Like, we ready to get it. So I'm just
Oh,
excited because my mom's in town. Excited to see my mom and stuff. But yeah, man,
it's a
got
nice
an
little
exciting
feeling,
episode for you
especially
guys.
when you're not around them, not with them, man. That's the nicest thing ever. But without further ado, we're gonna jump right into things here for you guys. First topic of the afternoon. TV takes cinematic updates. We're gonna jump in. We're gonna talk about some new and upcoming movies for you guys. We're gonna talk about what we're gonna watch, what we're gonna update for, or like what we're gonna review for you guys. So you guys can kind of expect that to come out. We will be doing the release day shows and stuff like that. So showings, excuse me. But yeah, without further ado, I'll run down some of these real quick, and then we can just let you know. We got the Conjuring Last Rites that comes out. First tickets that can be bought are on September 4th. Hamilton on the big screen, September 4th as well. For anime lovers out there, got Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaba, Infinity Castle.
English dub, and it's Englished out, and it's in sub. So, but I'm gonna watch it in English.
Yep. That comes out on September 11th. We've got Downtown Abbey, the grand finale. That comes out on September 10th. We got Him, the movie Him, starring Waylon
Yeah,
Brother.
that's with the director. Go ahead, shout the director out, Jordan Peele.
Who's the director?
Jordan
Is it
Peele, the
Jordan
one.
Peele?
Yeah, the one who did Get
Let's
Out. Yeah,
go.
the one who did Get Out and Up and
Let's
stuff.
go.
Or not Up,
It
but
looks like it's going to be phenomenal. That first showing is on Thursday, September 18th. We will be going to that. You've got The Long Walk. That's going to be September
that
11th.
looks good.
Looks really good.
Stop walking, you might die.
You've got The Senior. That's going to be coming out September 19th.
Senior
Probably for free. Soul on Fire comes out October 9th. We've got the last three here, and these are kind of a little farther out. So Eden, Tron, Eris, is that how you pronounce it? And then
I
Wicked
think it's
for
Aries,
Good. Aries, probably. I
something
could be
like that.
butchering it, but that's October 10th. And then we've got Wicked for Good comes out in November 20th. This is probably going to be when they give you the first tickets. It says 21st, but it's always like a day before. So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but those are the movies we'll be covering. Those are the movies we'll be watching.
yes.
Excited movies coming up. I'm
Yes.
probably out of all those. I'm probably the most excited for Demon Slayer. Let's go! And it's like they're doing a 4-part for that.
I'm excited for that. Him. I've been really seeing a lot of good
Bro,
things
you
about
am.
that. So, but yeah, that concludes TD Takes Cinematic Updates. You want to introduce the next one?
Next up, we got some TD Takes MLB updates. So
Oh.
the sorry ass Rockies were the first team eliminated from the playoff contention yet again after another disappointing season for the teams and fans. I don't know what's up with the Rockies, man. I put a couple parlays out on them this year.
Yeah, it's rough.
It's been rough. Their record right now, the Rockies are, you don't even want to know what the Rockies are. They're in the National League West, they're in NLS, NLW. The Dodgers are leading that division, 77 wins and 59 losses. The Padres are in second place with 76 wins and 60 losses. The Diamondbacks are barely staying alive over here with 68 wins and 69 losses. The Giants are 67 wins and 69 losses. And then you got the Rockies.
Again.
You got the Colorado Rockies going 38 wins and 98 losses.
Yep.
Terrible. They've lost. They're 21 and 47 at home, and they're 17 and 51 away. I don't know what it is with the Rockies. The last 10 games, they're 2 and 8. It's terrible. Terrible.
Yeah.
Tickets are probably cheap right now if you guys want to go rock some Rockies games. Take your kids out to some Rockies games. Don't expect to win, but
Yeah. No, don't.
that is by far the worst record in the National League. Over in the American League, let's see. Yeah, by far
The
the worst record. The White Sox
Yeah.
have the
Oh,
worst
yeah,
record
it's the
in
worst it's the worst
by
record
far
in
the
the
worst
league
record.
by far, by 20 almost 20 games. But you know
And
what? That's
and
okay.
we're freaking Colorado fucking natives. We're Colorado diehards.
Yeah.
That pains us to say that, but we're just gonna keep it real. They need to step it up. We're gonna start covering more MLB. I don't know too much about MLB. We don't know too much about the players and things like that. But we do know when we see a 38-98 record that something needs to change.
Yeah.
We're gonna start diving into football and things like that. I mean, excuse me, we're gonna start diving into baseball and getting into it.
Uh, we're also gonna go ahead and cover the, division leaders as of right now. The best team in the league is the Milwaukee Brewers, 85 and a 52 record. Yeah, it's phenomenal. We'll go, the AL East. We've got the Blue Jays, 78, 58, the Yankees 76 and 60, the Red Sox 75 and 62. They're all pretty close in games. You know, a lot of stuff could happen. You know, somebody could lose 2 games and be underneath the next team.
Yep, yep.
But yeah. Next up, AL Central, we've got the Tigers with the 79-58, and then the Kansas City Royals right behind them, 70 and 66. But that's an 8 game difference. Not much is gonna really change over there. In AL West, we've got the Astros with the 75-61, the Seattle Mariners 72-64, and the Texas Rangers 70 and 67. The NL East, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies
Let's
79-57.
go.
We've got the New York
Winning that
Mets
division, baby.
73 and 63, and that's kind of hold that in that division. With the best record in the NL Central, Milwaukee Brewers hold it 85 and 52.
Whooping
Cubs
ass.
coming in second with 78-58, and that's gonna hold that record down or that division down. And T kind of covered ours already in the NL West. But yeah,
But as of the last 10 games, we do want to shout out the Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers are 8-2 in their last 2 games. They've been excuse me, their last 10 games, they're 8-2.
yeah.
And then we got over in the National League, there was another team that was 8-2. The Pirates. Pirates are 8-2 as well. So those guys are balling. You know, you do got the Brewers leading the league, but they're 6-4 the last 10 games. Dodgers are 5-5. So Rockies are 2-8. Jeez.
But yeah, that concludes TD Takes MLB updates. Next up for you guys, we've got TD Takes NHL updates. Like we said, we're going to start getting into everything here. We're going to start expanding our reign of sports here. The National Hockey League season officially begins with a triple header on October 7th. We have the 2-time defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers will raise their championship banner before their game against the Chicago Blackhawks. We have Pittsburgh Penguins versus the New York Rangers, and we have the Colorado Avalanche versus the Los Angeles Kings. These will all be taking place on October 7th. Pretty late games going on. 5 p.m. Eastern is the first game. 8 p.m. second game. 10:30 p.m. Eastern time is
Let's
the
go.
third game. So that'll be going on pretty late, you guys. Check them out though. If you guys want to see it, get your tickets now if you haven't already. But yeah, that's gonna be the
That's
little
going to
bit of
be
news
the
we have for the hockey today.
Yes, sir. Going to be a little bit of news. Really quick, I want to go ahead and transition into a TD Takes breaking news update.
Huh?
The Cowboys agreed to terms on a 4-year, $92 million extension with cornerback De'Aaron Bland. De'Aaron Bland over here getting that money. 92
Dang.
million, still trying to look into, and that's reported, excuse me, that's reported via Ian Rappaport. Shout out to Ian Rappaport. He's out here doing the thing. But yeah, Cowboys, that's the first TD Takes breaking news update we got during the podcast.
Uh-oh.
That's what's up.
Uh-oh.
12 minutes ago, NFL posted it. 92 million. So obviously we know where they're spending their Michael Parsons money.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They're locking up good cornerbacks. He's a solid cornerback. So that's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
Yes. Next up for you guys, we have TD Takes college football updates. So we're gonna go ahead and run down the week 1 recap. Big time games, big time stocking scores, couple
Alabama.
blowouts. We'll
Alabama.
talk about it when we get there. All right, we'll talk about it when we get there. Starting out the college football shindig. Friday's game had Iowa State versus Kansas State, 24-21. That was a big time game that everybody was watching. But I think we had some games on, or one game on Thursday as well this week. Hi. So week 1 technically started 2 weeks ago. That was August 23rd, that Friday. Okay. Then we have August 28th, this
College
Friday.
football's everywhere.
We had Boise State take on South Florida, 34-7. South Florida won. We had Friday, Illinois versus Western Illinois, 52-3. Huge blowout. Illinois won that
No defense, no defense, no
big
defense.
time. Yesterday, we're going to go ahead and give you guys the rundown here. Number 1, Texas lost to number 3, Ohio State. Just couldn't get it done on offense. I think it was a very defensive game. Obviously, Ohio State does have number 1 ranked defense in college football right now. And going up against Arch in his first official full season start. You know, I think he did play last year when Ewers got hurt. But besides that, we got to see some more here. You know, Texas fans are definitely hoping to see a little bit more there. Next up, Syracuse versus Tennessee. Tennessee won 26. No apparent, excuse me, what am I trying to say here? There was nothing exciting in that game. You know, everybody kind of knew that was going to happen. We got Indiana taking on Old Dominion. Indiana won.
You already know.
14.
You already know. Indiana. Shout out Indiana. You
We
know
got
it.
number
I know
5,
it.
Georgia Bulldogs taking on Marshall. I think this was just a not necessary game. They could have played a better team on their record or on their schedule than Marshall, I believe.
Right. There's no reason.
7 over here on that win.
Wow.
You know. Next
Then
up,
this
this
next
was the
game.
upset of the day. Florida State versus Alabama. Man, we need a better play caller on our offense. But you know what, Alabama?
Whoops.
I'm
That.
a roll tide with you. I was here for a decade plus drought with the Broncos. I'm still a diehard fan here. I was there when Nick Saban was whooping everybody's ass, and I'm still here when Nick Saban's sitting up there and we're getting our asses spanked. So you know what? It is what it is.
16-31.
It is what it is.
Hey.
We'll get there.
Hey.
Get there.
Look. Hey, you want to be a winner, you got to be a loser.
Hey,
I mean, excuse me. You want to be able to win, you got to be able to handle a loss.
True.
You got to be a loser.
Next up, South Dakota versus Iowa State. Iowa State won that 55-7. Another blowout game. Number 2, Penn State takes on Nevada. They won 46-11.
How do you get 11?
Blowout.
How you get
Probably
11 points?
two get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Because there are 2 points when you get a quarterback in the end zone.
Yeah, maybe.
It's kind of weird.
I'll look into that real quick.
Who knows? Yeah. Montana versus number 7, Oregon. Oregon won 59-13. Another blowout game. Illinois State versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma won 35-3. UTSA versus number 19, Texas A&M, 42-24. Texas A&M won. We've got Kansas State versus North Dakota. Kansas State won 38-35. We got Florida playing a nobody. I don't know why they're on their schedule. Maybe because Florida sucked so bad the last few years. I don't know. They needed a little pick-me-up game. They won 55-0. Blowout game. Next up, we got Texas Tech versus AR Pine Bluff. 67-7. Texas Tech won that game. This was another one right here. Another big surprising upset. Number 9 LSU versus number 4 Clemson. LSU tops that 17-10. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
But to throw it in reverse for the Nevada game, the way they scored 11 points was they scored a touchdown, didn't kick the point after, so that gave them 6, and then got a 2-point conversion. That got them to 8, and then they kicked the field goal. It's just you never hear people not getting a point after.
For real. Next up, number 14, Michigan takes on New Mexico 34-17. Michigan wins. We got Ole Miss versus Georgia State. Ole Miss dominated that game 63-7. We got SMU versus East Texas A&M 42-13. We got Northern Arizona versus Arizona State 38-19,
Yeah,
Arizona
but
State won. And we have the last 2 games of the weekend today. Virginia Tech starting here in about 2 hours, or about actually an hour and 20 minutes, versus South Carolina. And then we have number 6 Notre Dame versus number 10 Miami, Florida. Florida U, you know what it is. That's going to be at 5:30 tonight this afternoon.
Florida, you know.
So yeah,
Bump, bump, bump,
that's
bump,
gonna go
bump, bump.
ahead and cover all the games here in the
You
next
know.
couple weeks. We're gonna start getting our little bit of key players, or big touchdown. We're gonna try and throw in some clips for you guys. We want to try and give you guys some fun things to interact with while we're doing this. So hopefully you guys can start getting with that more. We want to get active comments, active.
Yeah, we want to get you guys more involved. So, and we'll do that. We're a new podcast. We're only fresh, couple months fresh. But that concludes the TD Takes College updates. Thanks for
Sure
rocking
does.
with us. And we're sorry for Alabama's loss, but like Joe said, they got to get a play caller and they'll be good, man. It's Alabama we were talking about. They lost one last year and they were still, I'm pretty sure they still were pretty high ranked. But we'll hop into the next segment. We got the TD Takes NFL updates. The Browns got some news. The Browns to keep only 3 out of the 4 of their QBs on the roster after the roster cuts Tuesday, which is good. I think they traded, which is we'll talk about in the next one. They got
Traded
rid of
and
one.
cut. Yeah.
They traded and cut, but everybody was worried about Shadur not making the roster. I told everybody, relax, relax, relax. If anything, he sells tickets and things like that. The only reason Shiloh got kicked off the team, he would still be, over there at the Bucks if he didn't throw a punch.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's not like these guys aren't
factual.
athletic and can't play. So I knew for a fact, TD Takes podcast knew for a fact that they were, that Shador was making that roster. So we'll see. Right now they have Flacco as the starting quarterback, but we'll see. We'll see. But that we can also continue into this next one because it relates. But the Browns traded Kenny Pickett to the Raiders for a 2026 fifth round, for a fifth round pick. That's interesting because let's go here. That's interesting because that puts the Raiders quarterback situation with Geno Smith. Apparently, obviously he's starting, and then they got a really good backup in Kenny Pickett.
Just in
Cam
case
Miller is the
you need
rookie.
somebody in
Yeah, and then they have
injury
Cam Miller, the
aspect.
rookie. They have
Yeah.
Cam Miller, the rookie, who's currently on the practice squad. He'll
Yep.
develop.
Oh, yeah.
Aiden O'Connell, previously the primary backup, sustained a fractured wrist in the preseason and expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks. So he's on IR.
Yes.
So he'll be on IR until at least by week 8. But other than that, that concludes
Next
those
big
2
one.
segments. I'll let you take this next one. There's some big news next one.
Commanders finally reaching a deal with scary Terry McLaurin. 3 years, $96 million. Huge pay. I think it's getting him in that $30+ million a year range.
Congrats.
Good for him. Sucks for the Eagles. We're gonna
Don't
get
worry, we've
into
been
some
locking
other
him down
news.
for
We're gonna
years.
get into some other news in the NFC East later, but that's that's one of the big topics for that.
We've been locking him
side.
down. But that's awesome for him. The holdout was a long holdout. So the good thing is he's a commander. As long as they didn't change the playbook too much, he should still remember the plays from last year. So he should fit right
Yeah.
in, plug right in week 1. So Commanders fans should be good. Shout out my pop.
Hey,
I'll let you get
next
the next
up,
one instead of the first 2.
the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, reach a deal with their big time player Trey Hendrickson. This is another huge deal.
Which you need to get the Trey Hendrickson deal. It's a 1-year revised contract.
Yes.
It's a revised contract. That's the key.
Yep. So it includes $14 million raise, increasing his salary to approximately $30 million for the upcoming season. Does not provide long-term security, but he will become a free agent after the end of the 2025 season, and doesn't then they can either talk about doing their extension then, or another team can come in and he can just go with these. There's no hold
Yep.
down, no sitting. He gets to play, hopefully perform really well, as they just picked up, and they signed Ricky Shamar Stewart with all that drama going on. They're helping their team out tremendously. You signed a bunch of players on offense. You're signing a bunch of players on defense. And with this 1-year
Bengals.
deal, looks like they're going to be trying to make a little run for the chip.
Lombardi. For the Lombardi. Also, The deal was reached roughly 13 days before the Bengals season opener, so that's good. Ending that stalemate. The contract also includes incentives like a $1 million bonus if you play 60% of the defensive snaps and the team makes the playoffs. So he's talking about, we're talking about 30 mil. He could easily run it up.
Oh yeah.
He could easily run it up. So he could get to that 30 mil. Also, key to note for next year, if he does have a really good season, the Bengals could franchise tag him if needed. Could cost them around $36 million to franchise tag.
Yeah.
It's a good deal for him. Good deal for him. He got what he wanted. He stayed with his team. So two guys get to stay with their team. Terry gets to stay with his team. Knows the playbook.
Exactly.
Trey Hendrickson gets to stay with his team. He knows the playbook. They
Yep.
got the deal done before the season started. So good job on their end. Next up, we have Omari Cooper. We got some reunited and it feels so
Feels so
good.
good. Hey, let 'em know.
We
Back
got
where it
Amari
all
Cooper.
started, huh?
Yep. Back where it all started. And what is that? What did Thanos say? Where does that bring you? Back to me. On the 25th of August, Amari Cooper signed a 1-year contract to return to the Las Vegas Raiders,
This is a
the same
$5
franchise that
million
originally drafted him in
deal.
2015. 10 years later.
Man, oh man.
The base salary is a 3.5 million, up to 6 million up to $6 million,
With
including a
incentive.
500K in per game roster bonuses and $2 million
Hey,
in additional incentives. Yeah, dude, incentives. He's about to get paid as
that
long as he
I
just
think that's mainly with the injury stuff, man. You get injured, don't
yeah.
play, you're not on, you're just that's good. That's good for them.
Some background and context on Cooper. He is 31 years old, but he is joining familiar territory after stints with the Cowboys, Browns, and Bills. I thought he was good with the Bills. This signing follows wide receiver Jacoby Myers requesting a trade from the Raiders, adding urgency to bring the veteran depth. Jacoby's really good. I'm not sure the update on Jacoby Myers' trade, if he's still requesting a trade or anything on that, but I like it. I like the deal for Cooper.
Oh yeah.
He
Oh
can go
yeah.
shake the division up. He can go teach a young guy in Gentry. He's not the same position, but he can teach him about football, teach him about the organization and things like that. It's a good
Yeah.
look for the Raiders, and they didn't lose too much money. $3 million for a guy that can arguably change the game in the fourth quarter. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
take that. So cool. That's what's up, man. Happy for you, man. 10 years later.
Right. Next up, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced their engagement. That's huge, huge news. Congratulations to you guys from the TD Takes. There goes a bunch more Swifty fans coming to the NFL.
Yeah,
And
huge congratulations. As a man that's engaged and can't wait to get married and looks forward to getting married, dude. It's a huge achievement, especially in the Christian household. Something that God's probably calling Travis to do and Taylor to do. Huge congratulations to them. It's unfortunate that for Joe that he's a Chiefs fan, but we still respect the man, and we respect marriage. Joe being married to his wife himself,
and
that's
I
just
just want to
awesome.
point out there, I give them crap, but I did want to say, ever since Taylor Swift, got with Travis Kelce, she actually has learned a lot about football. She like
Yeah,
is really into the sport now. So like I
you
am
hear
like,
the
oh,
New
they're
Heights
bringing a bunch
podcast.
of Swifties, but you know what? Yes
At least
and
they're
no. It's
trying.
bringing a bunch of Swifties, but now it's bringing a bunch of people who didn't watch this game or wasn't into it before, and now they're kind of like, wait a minute, and now that's more revenue for the
Let's bring him
league.
more.
Oh, let's
Yep.
go buy
Bring him.
all these jerseys. Let's go get a freaking Chiefs jersey with Taylor Swift's name on it and Travis Kelce's number. You know,
Yep.
like since they're gonna be married, kind of deal. Like that's
And
a
that was
whole
cool because
ton of
Jason
money
Kelsey
right
was
there.
getting on too. But
Yep.
yep.
So
So we're super congratulations to them from the GD Tech podcast. From Joe and
yeah,
I, wish them the best. Wish them a long, healthy marriage, grounded in faith, grounded in God. And as long as they do that, they'll be fine. But on to some other news that is quite different from that. Oh
yeah.
boy, Rashee Rice gets suspended.
Sip
Getting sus-
games. What you
we
do?
got Rashad. How do you say it? Is it Rashee Rice or is it Rashad Rice?
Rashee. It's Rashee,
Rashee.
right?
Okay, Rashee
Yeah,
Rice.
Rashee.
Okay. Rashee Rice suspended 6 games this year. He ain't getting the field till week 7. So we'll see how the Chiefs look
How
like that.
does this impact the Chiefs' offense? They
Well, let's get into the
rely on
reason.
him big
They
time.
they relied on him reason. They relied on him big time. The reason the ban stems from Rice's guilty plea to 2 third-degree felony charges: collision involving seriously bodily injury
Huge.
and racing on the highway. I remember you guys remember a couple years ago, or I think it was last year when he was going. It says these charges relate to a high-speed multi-vehicle crash on March 30th in 2025 in or 2024 in Dallas.
Yep.
Rice drove at 119 miles per hour, caused the incident, and initially fled the scene. He's lucky he didn't, and he's lucky he didn't kill himself, and he's lucky he didn't kill anybody else. And if you
I was
live
gonna
in
say, because
Dallas and
doesn't
you
this
have,
remind you of somebody? Doesn't this
yep,
remind you of somebody who's about to get out of prison? Who's about to get out
well,
of prison?
a
Henry Ruggs the third.
huge difference
Didn't
here
he just
though.
do the same shit?
Huge difference here though. And I'm not saying that it's right or anything, and I'm not advocating for it. Henry Ruggs was completely faded, drunk.
That's why he killed
This
somebody.
dude's out
Yes,
exactly. This dude's out here doing it sober.
sober, which just
That's
makes it
scary.
worse. That means you're
Top
coherently
you're so
disobeying the law. So you're
if you live in
consciously
the Dallas
making that
area,
choice to
if
do
you
something stupid.
and it's even scarier for if you live in the Dallas area, you got family in the Dallas area that are on that highway, and he's flying up and down that highway. What I'm getting at here is hopefully he learns his lesson from this. The NFL is awesome when it comes to punishing, people who act out when they do things crazy because they are, public figures. His legal penalties, part of his plea deal, Rice received 30 days in jail. It was deferred, 5 years of probation, and was ordered to pay approximately $115 in restitution to the victim. So he definitely hit somebody, and hopefully they're all right.
Yeah,
He's Rice won't appeal. He won't appeal to the NFL for and a former disciplinary hearing scheduled for September 30th has been canceled. So he's just taking it. He just taking it like a man. But here
yeah.
are the games he's going to miss. This is important. Here are the games he's going to miss. Rice will miss the following 6 games at the beginning of the season.
Well, the
He'll miss.
first game
He
of the
will
year is
the
division
division
game right
opener,
off the bat.
and this is why even when you're in the off season, it's important. It's important. So now he's missing. He's missing that. He's missing week
Against the
2 when they play
Chargers.
us against Philadelphia.
Yep, against so they
Right.
played so they play Chiefs play the Chargers week 1, the Eagles week
Then
2.
they play the Eagles. Then they
Huge
play the
game,
Giants.
right?
Yep.
Giants,
Then they play the Ravens. Then,
Ravens. Come on now.
then they play the Jacksonville Jaguars.
That so
And
you
then they
have
play the Detroit Lions.
so you have 2 out of your first 6
They could
games.
arguably
2
the
of your
Chiefs could
first 6
the
games you
Chiefs could
might
arguably go 2-4. They could arguably be
easily
in 2-4
or
without him.
0-6, depending on how these other teams come out and play against you if your offense isn't scoring. Because this is what we keep saying, bro. And this is what, Chiefs fans, you can say what all you want. You can say this, and that. Realistically, you guys need to just, get your foots out your mouths here and let me just tell you realistically, your backups are garbage. If something happens to your starters, what's going to happen to your team? You guys are screwed. It's been proven time and time again. Look at your offseason. You guys blew all offseason because you have no backups, right? This is backup versus backup, right? So now you can't say, my goodness, oh, the last year when the Chiefs played the Broncos, the second game, oh, they just put in their backups. It didn't matter. Okay, so what would it have mattered if we put in our backups? We still would have won, right? It wouldn't have mattered, is what it looks like, because you guys got backups that are worth. You got to start thinking longevity as a team, right? We're talking about paying these big time players. Weren't we just talking about contracts the other day with I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but how Patrick Mahomes isn't he locked in for like 10 years with the Chiefs?
I think
On
they just
contracts like that.
restructured his I think they just restructured
The money, but
his
I think his
contract.
length was for 10 years, wasn't it? Right off the bat. So you're automatically, yes, we know Patrick Mahomes and what he is, right? But when you put that much money away for 10 years on somebody like that, right? You just lock that away that you can't pay other people, right? Now you also paid DJ Jones, humongous contract, right? What's going to happen when you got these, when you're trying to draft these great players, right? So that you can benefit your team, you know,
Yep.
what happens then? So,
What I want to
like I
ask
said,
these Chiefs, what I want
huh,
to ask these Chiefs fans, what I want to ask a Chiefs fan, a legit Chiefs fan, is was it worth it? Was it worth paying Patrick Mahomes? Was it worth these Super Bowls to now what you're about to endure as far as what it looks like you're about to endure?
right.
Going through a slump, having to not necessarily rebuild, but having to fight. It's a tough division you guys are in. You got the Raiders drafting young guys. You got you guys
Very
drafting
tough
young
division.
guys.
Because as
You got
much as I say the
Harbaugh as
Raiders aren't good, you know what I'm saying? Just listen to me. Listen to me. We talk a lot of trash about our opposing teams. It's what it is, right? I'm a Broncos fan. My division is going to be the teams that I talk the most crap about. When it comes to reporting, I'm going to give you guys real news. I'm not going to sit here and same thing for my brother T here. He is going to talk trash all day long about his division, big time. Cowboys, Giants and Commanders. That's just what it is. It's how it's going to be. It's how it is for us and our fan base, right? But at the same time, we're gonna, like I said, we're here to report. So when we say this is what we're looking at, this is what we're seeing you guys not have secondaries. So what happens if Patrick Mahomes takes this uh, miraculous injury? Who's coming in to replace him to
or even
do what
that,
you guys need
who's
him to
their
do?
best, or even that, who's their number one wide receiver?
Xavier Worthy, pretty sure. Marquise
Okay.
Brown,
What do you have? 600
old
yards last
Marquise
year? 700
Brown.
yards? It's like once Kelce
That's
retires,
also
oh my
hold on. That's
God.
also because Patrick Mahomes does spread the ball out, man. He could have 8 wide receivers out there. He'll throw to all 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? That
But he
that's
don't got that locked down no more.
but that's
He don't
only
got
Patrick Mahomes. That's what I'm saying. What happens when something happens to Patrick Mahomes? Because things happen to these players, man. The
the running back.
longevity of it. And if you look at what he does, I'm not saying that. Look at last year. How many times did he run? Didn't he get in trouble for that fake slide?
Yeah.
And then they're taking these humongous hits,
Or
right? Because
it's the
because
thing.
they're
It wasn't the fake side. It was the him faking going out of bounds. Him faking like
oh,
he's gonna
that's
run out of
right.
bounds, and
That's
then he
right.
stops
That's
and
right.
keeps going up the field. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's
So players are letting up, but
he's
now they're not letting up because they're like, I guess I'm gonna take a
crushing
10-yard
him.
penalty because he needs to learn to not do this. Because if I'm gonna let up, you're not gonna take advantage of me and continue going down the field because I didn't
Oh yeah.
blow you up on the sideline, right?
Out of respect for you, you're gonna
Respect for
disrespect
you
me
and
and cut
my
up.
team. Yeah, exactly. So things can happen in this league, and this is what people don't understand, right? So you guys can
And
talk
and
all this, and that.
and
Look at
yeah. And real quick, listen to this. This is arguably, if you ask me, the AFC West have really, really good teams. Maybe not the best division in the league. Head coach wise, Andy Reid, Sean Payton, Jim Harbaugh, Pete Carroll. Probably the
all have
best
seen a Super Bowl.
fire coach. Fire. So the Chiefs have to deal with Sean Payton building a team who just got there, what, 2, 3 years ago? Jim Harbaugh, who just got there last year, and Pete Carroll, who just got here this year. All new guys that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes have to figure out while not having a young Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, who they
Yeah.
can just
Yep.
send it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
It's
look at
tough.
what they're doing. What are these teams doing? They're
So,
focusing on what? Defense, right? Look at what
absolutely.
the Broncos have done. They have added and added and added and
Yeah.
added great players to their defense. Look at what the Chargers are doing. You know what I'm saying? They're getting good players on their defense. They're signing these young studs, but they're also trying to add to their offense. This is another thing too with the Chargers, man. You guys are the same way. You got rid of Keenan Allen, right? Why? Why'd you bring him back? Got rid of Mike Williams. Why? Why'd you bring him back? What did they do? Not do then that they're going to do for you now, right? Why didn't you look at getting a different kind of player? When you have all these other guys who were in the trade talks, like somebody like Stephon Diggs or somebody like that you could have drafted
Yeah.
this year. You know, I'm gonna butcher his name, but he plays for the Bucks, and he's been balling out. Emeka Buka or something. You know who I'm
Yeah.
talking
I don't.
about? Butchering the name. Apologize, not trying to do it, but you could have got yourself somebody like that, right? If you
I'm
focus, but now you're bringing these old guys who are injury prone already. You know
signing them a
this,
bunch of
right?
1 years.
What happens when
DeAndre
they get
Hopkins.
hurt and you're trying to put in your backups, man? You don't have it. You don't have it. You can't even
So
produce with your starters, and you're gonna hope that the guys that you have that are older are gonna stay healthy all season long. You're playing 17 games, and then you're hoping to go to playoffs, right? Which is another 1 to 5 games or something like that, right? What happens to them? You got to think longevity of a team, and like you
so
just said, what are
we're
these
not.
coaches doing? Look at Pete Carroll and look at Sean Payton. What are they doing right off the bat?
Oh yeah.
And how they
Oh yeah.
drafted and all this young studs. I mean, and credit to the Raiders, man. Look at Brock Bowers, what he did last year. Look at
I'm saying.
Ashton Janty, what they're hoping they're going to do. What he's going to do for him this year?
Like that division on paper, like we're not counting the Chiefs out. We're not counting
Not
the
at
Chiefs
all.
out. We're not counting the
Or the
Raiders out. We're not
Chargers.
counting it because it's Andy Reid. He's got 4 Super Bowls. Patrick Mahomes. That division could go anyway as of right now. What we're saying is, as of right now, our data and what we're seeing, it's not looking good for the Chiefs. But come week 1, we're they gonna have to strap them chin straps up. They're going to be in Brazil. They're not going to be in Arrowhead. We're going to see what they do. And if they beat a division rival without Rashee Rice without home field advantage, and the refs aren't going crazy and they win that game, then we'll talk about it. But as far as what we're looking at now, it
Yep.
looked like Herbert about to ooh about to have Brazil popping. And the Eagles will go to Brazil all the time, so we've played over there. But yeah,
Yep.
that's our take on that, and that's our take on the suspension. We went a little crawled out on it, but yeah, 6-game suspension is huge. Granted, what I wanted to say is it's a good thing. The only positive about this suspension is they only have one divisional game in that six game span.
Yeah,
I'll let you
that's
handle
true.
it.
Next up, Adam Thielen, back where it all started, traded to the Vikings. They trade him for a 5th-round pick, and he also took a $2 million pay cut going back home. This is another reunited story, but that's another one of those. He's older. What is he going to really do for you? I know you need some help to get Justin Jefferson's more targets, but Justin Jefferson is already doing immaculate things. So he can do it. So,
Yeah,
is that going to take away from Justin Jefferson or is it going to help him? Really, is that going to open up more targets so that Adam Thielen can get the ball again, or is that going to open up Justin Jefferson to get 5,000
I
passing
will
yards?
say this is awesome for Adam Thielen. He is taking a 2 mil pay cut, but he probably has friends and family in Minnesota. I'm not sure if he does, but the funny thing about this is um defensive players and offensive players have their welcome to the league moment. And I think I talked about this in the previous episode, but Cooper DeJean, our secondary that had the pick six in the Super Bowl, he was asked in a podcast episode who gave him that work and who gave him that welcome to the league business, and it was Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen routed him up, had him looking on skates on one of them routes. You guys can go look it up, but he's a great
That's what I'm
route
saying.
runner,
Adam
and
Thielen is
yeah,
immaculate. He's
he's
good.
like that.
So that's what I'm
He's like
saying.
that.
But is it because they want him to be a distraction so they can open up homeboy more, or is it gonna take away from Justin Jefferson more? Is this gonna change up this fantasy stuff, right? If you've drafted in fantasy already,
It's probably
does
all.
this
It's
make a problem for the Justin Jefferson #1 picks? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because it's gonna come down to who is JJ McCarthy gonna have better chemistry with. He could
yeah.
easily have better chemistry with Thielen, and Jefferson couldn't get the ball. But let's be real, it's Jefferson.
Or
He's gonna be
they
so
both
wide
could just
open all the
come out
time.
and blow the waters out. You know what I'm saying? We never know.
They
We
both
never
do.
know.
So,
And
yep.
next up, we got another one for you guys. Safety Kyle Hamilton has been extended by the Baltimore Ravens
Dang.
4
Holy
years,
holy
$100.4 million contract. This
holy
extension happened
cow.
on August 27th, making him the highest paid safety in NFL history. The extension includes $82
82
million in
mil. Ooh,
guarantees and will keep him with the Ravens through the
filthy.
2030 season. 5 years later, it's a 4-year contract extension, right? So that means it's added on to what he already has. So that's keeping him through 2030. That is 5 years down the road.
So,
This
yep,
record-setting deal
yep.
recognizes Hamilton's impact and makes him a cornerstone for the Ravens defense. Total value, like I said, 100.4. There's going to be some incentives and all kinds of stuff for him, but congratulations, well deserved, doing your thing.
One thing I wanted to talk about here is this is the breakdown of the contract structure, the signing bonus. Here, my wife's leaving real quick. Love you, son. Bye bye. Don't cry all the way in the car ride. What I wanted to talk about is the breakdown on the contract structure. Kyle is getting on the signing bonus okay. So here's how the contract breaks down. Signing bonus 26.9 to $20 million paid within the first 10 days of him signing. 6.9 million is paid by the end of this year. So by December 31st, by the end of December 31st, another 6.9. 2025, his base salary this year is he gets in his salary, he gets 1.1 fully guaranteed this year. That's what he
Yep.
gets fully guaranteed the rest of his work. Next year, 18.4 fully guaranteed.
Oh yeah, it's
2027,
big time
2028,
money.
17 mil. So I
Oh
like
yeah.
how they
Oh
spaced it
yeah.
down to where they don't really get hit. They don't really get hit until, next year. But 2030, $20 million with
Oh,
another
yeah.
100 million and things like that. But
But that's his
so
last
shout
year,
out,
you know, that's paying him out.
yeah.
So,
So
hopefully he's
shout
gonna
out to
keep
Kyle,
performing
man.
for them too.
We haven't
Because they
heard of a
just got
safety getting a big contract in a minute, so
yeah, but
that's
the thing
awesome.
is, man, in that division, they need that because look at who you have on offenses over there.
And
Jamar
look who you
Chase,
playing week
T.
1.
Higgins, Joe Burrow. Yeah,
And
yeah,
look who you playing week 1.
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Air It Out himself.
Yep. So,
So we're gonna see what's
you wanna
gonna
get the
happen,
next
man.
one?
Yep, I'll get the next one. Broncos, Broncos, the Denver Broncos, 5th round pick from last year, Audric Esteem.
Estimate,
He was waived.
I think.
Estimate. He was waived by the Broncos. So Philly had to go ahead and pick him up. You know what I mean?
'Cause he's not horrible. He was due to do
I
some good
believe
things, but
he's on the we signed him to
I
the
don't know.
practice squad.
And another person, I think.
Yeah, we signed him to the practice squad, which you can still make the team in the practice squad. He's a running back, but our running back room's tough. Tough. We may
Oh
have signed
yeah,
him for
AJ
we
Dillon and
we
Saquon Barkley.
we may have signed him for, just backup and and things like that. But new opportunities over there in Philly. It's a high powered
Yeah,
offense.
but
So
like I said, this is only year 2 for him. He could be learning. You know,
he
how
could be
long has
learning, and
AJ Dillon
he
been
could
in
go
the league?
elsewhere. And he could go
Or he
elsewhere.
could go in next year because AJ Dillon, how long
Yeah.
did you guys sign him for?
Nice, get down. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes one in a lifetime. You better lose yourself, man.
Yup, there we
Next
go.
up, Broncos. And while we're on this Denver Broncos news, let's go ahead and shout out the Denver Broncos, man. Because the Denver Broncos were ranked number 1 in both offense and defense, including the preseason. Well,
Did
so
we
that's
went undefeated, did the damn
dominated.
thing.
They got a cookie schedule this week 1 against Cam Ward. The Titans are gonna try to spoil it, but let's be real, it ain't happening. Shout
If
out
our
to the
defense
Broncos.
could
Shout
do
out
what
to
they
their
need to do,
organization.
let's do the
Yep.
damn thing.
So they got the talking part done. Let's get out here week 1, which is next week. Let's get out here week 1 and let's get this ball rolling. Let's see what the Broncos could do. They play the Tennessee Titans at Denver in that elevation. It's time to, like I said
Hey,
earlier,
Denver,
it's
get
time to
me
put
on the
that lace up
field.
and
Come on, get me on the field,
strap
Denver.
up.
Get me
Hey,
on the field.
get this man on the field. At least get this man in the stadium.
Uh-huh.
At
Something.
least get
That'd be
this man
sick.
in the stadium. Yep.
If you need a couple
At
players,
least
I'd love to get over there. Come on, Denver.
we got to start getting
But
in the
next up,
preseason
next
games
up,
too.
next up, Jaguars wide receiver slash cornerback Travis Hunter and his wife welcome a new baby boy into
Oh
this world.
snap!
Congratulations,
Okay,
congratulations. I think that was a little bit kept secret pregnancy, but I don't remember hearing much
okay,
about it or
yeah.
ever seeing anything about it, knowing that she was pregnant or anything. So that's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah,
This is
that's really
probably
really
one of the
awesome. Shout
biggest
out to that. We
topics
love
we
that.
have for the night. Nobody's seen this coming. Um,
Nobody's seen this
heart,
coming except us.
heartfelt goodbyes to the Dallas fans. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hit him with it. 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 Has been traded
Micah,
to the Packers for a 2 first-round picks and a 10-year vet, Kenny Clark. He then becomes and signs a contract to become the highest non-quarterback player in NFL history. His contract is for 4 years, $188 million. This includes 120 fully guaranteed signing with incentives and all kinds of performance bonuses. This is huge, huge, huge. I believe he is the best edge rusher they've had since Reggie White. That's kind of a different take for the Packers. It's something they really needed, I think. And on top of that, I wanted to come out and just let everybody know what Jerry Jones had to say on the topic after the trade. I believe his words were, "We need to stop the run," which is why they traded him. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Let us know. Do you think Micah can't stop the run? Do you think he's only a pass rusher and can only go for the
well, you can most
quarterback? Or
definitely
do you
stop
think that was Jerry Jones kind of putting his foot in his
being
mouth
salty
because
as hell
couldn't he couldn't get the deal done? You know what I'm
because he
saying?
didn't want to pay an
So I
extra
just kind
$6 million
yeah, so I
to a
just kind of want to know
billionaire.
what you guys think. But this is
Packers fans won
probably
this.
the second worst trade in trade history, and they both come from Dallas. Luka and now Micah Parsons. Huge,
State of
huge,
Texans. State of
huge.
Texans is depressed.
Yeah,
State
I
of
don't know,
Texans.
but Yeah. So
Where does this real quick question though, and we'll cover this on the next episode. Where does this put the Cheeseheads? Does this put them as the top team in the NFC now? Big boy money.
that is you're looking at your 5 highest paid non-quarterback.
Yeah, we'll do a top 5 highest paid non quarterbacks because these quarterbacks are paid bukus of money, and we do have a
Yep.
couple quarterbacks expected to get paid this year, depending on their season.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see.
Next up here, which we're gonna kind of actually turn this more into a TikTok. I'm just gonna cover it quick, but we're gonna turn it into a TikTok for you guys so you guys can actually see the uniforms. It's too many to kind of show you guys here on our episode, just one at a time. Nike
How many teams got
came out,
like 13?
I say like 8 or 9.
Okay, perfect.
13, but I'm not
So
sure,
we'll
but
rank these.
yeah, we could do a little ranking for you guys. It'll be TD Takes ranking. I
Uniform
personally
updates.
like Arizona's, but we'll get into it later. Nike
Oof.
came out with new uniforms. They are called rivalry uniforms for the NFL all day long. But yes, we are going to get you guys with a TikTok for that. You looking out for that? Hopefully you guys like it. And one more thing before the last topic, I wanted to go ahead and get this here for us. We have big news over here in Philadelphia. Mr. Jalen Hurts getting the first ever gold captain patch for a Philadelphia Eagles quarterback. This is huge. As you guys know and have already known, this is your franchise quarterback. You're hoping to have this guy long term. This is the longevity of the guy that you want and need. And as he continues to get better, and the sky's the limit for him. You've already seen him. He's won a Super Bowl. He's been to a Super Bowl and lost. He knows what both sides feels like. He
Yep.
doesn't want to lose in one again. So if he gets there, expect it to be a win. And that's all I would expect.
Yeah.
Unless you're playing the Denver Broncos, but we'll get to that later. Outside of that,
It's his 2025 Mark Hurt's 5th season as team captain for the Eagles, so he's officially earned the gold C patch.
yep,
He's also made history, like Joe said, and in his own words, Hurst expressed that it's always an honor to be named a captain.
always because it's a big deal. It's a huge deal. So,
So haters gonna hate, but man, there's so much gold around this dude, man. He's a Super Bowl winner, he's a Super Bowl MVP, now he's got the champion, he's the national champion. He's just gotta get that MVP. Let's go for that MVP this year, Hurts. Let's go for that
let's go for
MVP.
that
Shut these dudes
MVP.
up.
He said, "Okay."
He's
But
a
yeah,
good
that
boy.
concludes TD Takes NFL updates for y'all. We appreciate you. We're gonna get into our last topic of the evening or of the
And that
afternoon,
is
I should say.
the TD Takes Would You Rather. And this is a
We
good
got a
one,
little
man.
funny
This is
one
a
for
good
you
one.
guys.
So you got to
Yep.
answer this. You guys hear it, answer it, text me, comment.
Text me, comment. Here we go.
So would you rather?
No.
Would you
This is
rather?
for me to you. No. This is for me to you, motherfucker.
Would you
This is for me
rather?
to you.
Go ahead.
You know what it is? Would you rather have the hiccups every time you laugh or sneeze every time you finish a sentence
Sneeze every time I finish the sentence all day. I'm laughing all the time.
all day? Because I absolutely can't stand the hiccups, bro. I can't stand the hiccups.
You would have sneezed. You would have just had 3 sneezes right
You just
there.
be over here like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. Yeah. But then every time you said something, chew. Hold on real quick.
No, I'd rather.
Hey, you know where the bathroom is? Chew. Hey, what's up, babe?
Oh,
Chew.
man, that's
Sneeze
tough.
literally
That's
after
tough.
everything you
But
said.
yeah, I'm with you. I'm taking the sneeze. I'm taking the sneeze all the way. I'm taking the sneeze all the way. But yeah, that concludes it for you guys. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of TD Takes Podcast. As always, your host out of the Mile High City here. My brother riding shotgun over there in the Midwest. We're going to go ahead and take it out. And if you're new, like, subscribe, follow, hit that share button. Let's get some more people in here. We appreciate everybody. But yeah, we'll go ahead and rock us out here.
We appreciate you. Peace and hair grease. May God bless you. Let's go. Hey, go Eagles week 5. Let's go.
Friday.